Hello and welcome to this very first video in this tutorial series around the tool Arvest. So in this first video I'm going to be introducing what the tool is, what we can do with it, and how to get started signing up, creating an account, and jumping into things. So I will probably be sort of cutting in some images of the kinds of projects that we can create with Arvest as I speak right here. So the idea with Arvest is that it's a digital workspace where you can bring together lots of different types of documents. So whether it be images, videos, audio, text, documents, all that kind of stuff, and we can put them in one big digital space, and we can arrange and compose these documents, so placing them together in the space, comparing things, all that kind of stuff. And we can also annotate these documents, so we can do sort of simple textual annotations, but we can also sort of draw overlays on them, and we can also link them to other documents. And this allows us to actually create some quite complex projects that mix, sort of very focused analysis of documents, be they images or audiovisual documents, and making the link with like much broader visualizations we could do of whole collections of documents, for example. And we can begin to sort of think of our collections of documents as networks and start navigating these networks and all that kind of stuff. So that's what we can do with Arvest, and then of course we can share these projects with the world. We can work collaboratively on the same project. We can, embed things into an iframe and then add them to a website. There's lots and lots of things that we can do, but we'll be going into all these kind of things in detail over the coming videos. But just to let you know, so in this first video, I'll be showing you how to connect, sign up. And get started. But then we'll go over the basic functionalities of Arvest and see all the different things we can do. Then we'll probably go through an example project, so really sort of going over what we'll have seen step by step, and really just seeing how all the different things that we can do can chain together, and so show an example of a workflow. And then for those who are interested, we'll also be going over a full tutorial of using the Arvest API, which will allow you to use Arvest in more complex machine learning driven workflows. So, that won't be for everyone, but if you're interested in that, we'll also be seeing that later in this series. So let's get started. So if you start using Arvest, it's going to be very simple. You need to come to arvest.app. That is that's your main portal in. So just very quickly showing you around. So if you can click on the About tab, you can have a look at all the infrastructure if you're interested in how Arvest works, all that kind of stuff. You got team. We will be creating a bunch of tutorials. Well, actually, you're listening to the first of these tutorials, but there will also be a page for each tutorial on the website that sort of goes over what has been covered, and where you'll be able to find all these videos and stuff, so you'll be able to learn about stuff there. And if you're interested in seeing what other people have been doing with Arvest, there's also a community tab, so we'll go over projects and news about the project. And we will soon be opening a forum, which will allow people to discuss about what they're doing with Arvest. But yeah, so this arvest.app is the main port of entry to Arvest. I'll be leaving a link to that in the description below. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over to Connect. And that will take me to this opening dashboard. So of course, I already have an account, but you will have to come over to create your account. So you'll add just need an email address and a username and a password, and then you'll be sent an email which you have to accept, all the kind of terms, all that kind of stuff, and then you'll be ready to go. So it should not take more than maybe 5 minutes to get things set up. So I'm going to log in. I'm going to use this account here. Here we are. So once you connect up to Arvest, you'll be thrown into this dashboard. And this is where you'll be able to control all the different things in the tool. So you've got your menu on the left here. If you go down to settings down here, you see that you can deal with all the typical kind of settings that you might need to control. So you can change the language of the app. So we've only got French and English at the moment, but we should be adding to that quite soon. Username, email, password, all that kind of stuff. And also the API token, which we will return to in the API tutorial. So the main things, main points of interest in this dashboard are going to be up here. You see we've got projects, manifests, medias, and groups. So I'll quickly go over each of these tabs and show you a quick example of each thing. But we'll be going into more detail about these things in following videos. But so very quickly, you can create groups of users. So I just add a new group like that, and I can give my group a title and description, all that kind of stuff, thumbnail, and I can add members, so different members of Arvest. So we can do that on the groups tab, but I'll go over things like sharing your projects and working on other people's projects and all that kind of stuff in a later video. The main thing I want to focus on right now is these three tabs here. So we've got projects, manifests, and media. So these are the three main kind of different modules, different types of content that you'll be creating and manipulating in Arvest. So I'll take you through each one of them and what they are. So we'll start with media. And you'll see that there's a kind of hierarchy in this, and that you'll have medias within manifests and manifests within projects and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we'll go step by step. So a media, what is a media? Very simply, it's a media file. So this is where you will bring all of your different media files that you wish to analyze or consult or annotate within Arvest. First step will be to bring them into Arvest and have them readily available from here. So you see that we've got a few different types of media here. I've got some images. So if I click on this open a new tab button on my image, it will open the direct link to the image resource as it's found online. Got another one here, Notre Dame. And we've also got videos. So if I open this one, you'll see that this video is actually hosted on PeerTube. So PeerTube is an alternative, an open source alternative to YouTube or other sort of GAFAM video streaming services. So the idea is that if you're wanting to deal with and store and upload big video or audio files, then it will be either via our instance of PeerTube, or you can use something like YouTube. That it will work with YouTube as well, but this is the sort of open source alternative. But so you see, I've got my media files here. So they're all here. What can I do with these media files once they're in Arvest? I can then create something that we call a manifest with them. So what is manifest? A manifest. So we will go over this in more detail. Not too far from now, but very simply, a manifest is a digital document that allows you, so first of all, to point to a media file online. So it'll be pointing to our media files, which are here. But it can allow you to, for example, group several media files into one digital document, and it can also allow you to add things like metadata, so titles, descriptions, all kinds of extra information about your document or documents. And it can also allow you to add annotations and other kind of more structural data around your documents. And this manifest is actually something that we call a IIIF manifest, which is a fancy term for basically a global standard that allows us to exchange our documents between different cultural institutions. So that sounds very complicated for the moment, but simply put, when you create content and documents in Arvest, what that means is, if you wish, you can share that content with other people around the world, and they should be able to access it and open it with no difficulties. So that's what IIIF Manifest is. And so if I open one here, so for example, this first one I call Sculptures. So here we're actually seeing the manifest opened in an instance of the Arvest workspace, but just without any editing possibilities. You see that I'm actually this manifest points to one of the media files we saw earlier, but I can, so there isn't much information about it here, but I can add different information about this thing. I can add thumbnails, stuff like that. And if I show you this second example, for example, we can see that we can point to more than one file. So here I'm pointing to this image, but there is a little page icon here which allows us to scroll to the next page, and this is pointing to a video. And so you see that we can create almost like little books, little digital books of that point to different media items if we need. So that is the manifest. So it's a more kind of composite digital document that can point to media, and we can add metadata and annotations and things like that. So I haven't added any annotations to these yet, but we shall get to that very soon. And finally, I suppose the most encompassing type of content that you'll be creating in Arvest is a project. So a project is basically where you will be able to drop your manifests in and start interacting with them. So if I open this this project here, you'll see that I have 3 different manifests which are opened. So I've got this image one here. I've got this it's the same manifest we saw earlier, the double page one. You see that we've got a little annotation here. I've added an annotation to it here. We see that we've also got a manifest over here, which is actually hosted at the BNF. I believe it's the BNF. Oh no, the INHA, so the National Institute for History of Art or something in Paris. But you see, so this is a manifest that they have on their servers over at the INHA. And we're actually able to access that in our project here in Arvest. And so you see that we can add different manifests in this manner. So if I add another one here, you see that I can open it up twice. Yeah, I mean, well, I'll go over how we can start configuring this, how we can add annotations, the different ways that we can visualize these things within a project. But the idea is that this project is the sort of main place where we will configure things, and it's something that we're going to be able to share with other people. So if I go back to my projects tab and I come over to configuration, so again we'll go over this in not too many videos from now, but if I copy this link, for example, you'll see that I've actually created a shareable link for the project that is in the same state as when I opened it, so that I can share that now publicly to other people and have them see my work. So yeah, that is a very brief overview of Arvest. We're going to go over the different kinds of things that we can do in Arvest over the next couple of videos, starting with, I believe, adding media files by linking to media or uploading media. But yeah, I hope these videos will be helpful for you. Don't hesitate to sign up straight away so you can start following along with your own content at home. And yeah, I shall see you in the next one.